Most men think great sex is about stamina or size, lasting long, being big, pounding hard. But let me give it to you straight. That's not what makes her beg for more. That's not what makes her lose control. The truth? Women crave technique. They want to be taken through an experience. They want to feel something deeper. And there are 5 specific moves, 5 simple but powerful techniques that tap directly into how a woman's body and mind actually work. And when you get them right, she won't just enjoy sex with you, she'll remember it. She'll relive it. She'll crave it again and again and again. Let me ask you this. Have you ever been with a woman and it felt like you were doing everything right, but she was just kind of quiet? Not really reacting the way you expected? Maybe you finished too fast. Maybe you couldn't make her orgasm, no matter how hard you tried. Or maybe you've wondered why she doesn't seem as into it as you are. That's not your fault, man. Most guys are never taught this. We're out here learning from porn, locker room talk, or just trial and error. But what women really want, what they confess in private, what they tell their friends about after the fact, that's what we're breaking down today. By the time this is over, you won't just be another dude in her past. You'll be the one she compares everyone else to. Alright, now before we dive into these 5 techniques, I want to welcome you back to my channel. If you have subscribed, if you haven't, then hit the subscribe button, because here we teach you all you need to know and understand about love, dating, sex, and relationships. Do well to like this video too. Let's set the stage right. Because great sex, real sex, the kind she remembers when she's lying in bed the next night, that starts in one place. Her mind. You've got to understand this. Her body responds, yes, but only after her mind is engaged. It's not just about what you're doing with your hands or your hips, it's how you make her feel. Every move I'm about to share with you, it works because it taps into her psychology, because it hijacks her pleasure wiring and rewires her to respond to you. This is grown man game. So take this seriously, and let me be clear. This video is for educational purposes only. We're here to teach, not to objectify. Let's break it down. Technique number 1, the slow tease. Let's start with something most men completely overlook, the slow tease. Now look, I get it. You're turned on, she's in your bed, clothes are coming off, and your instinct says, go for it. Go straight to the action, dive in, make something happen fast. But here's the truth most men miss. Women's arousal builds slower than ours. It's not a switch, it's a dial. If you rush it, she might go along with it, but she won't feel fully turned on. And afterwards, she may smile, say it was good, but deep down, she'll feel like something was missing. So what do you do instead? You slow it all the way down. You make her body want it before you give it. Start with non-sexual touches. I'm talking back, shoulders, neck, arms. Touch her in a way that tells her, I want you, but I'm in control. This builds anticipation. It tells her, you're safe, and I know what I'm doing. As you touch, watch her breathing. Is it deepening? Is she squirming just a little? Good. Keep going. Then get close. Whisper in her ear, not loud, not goofy, just enough for your breath to hit her skin, and tell her what's coming. Something like, don't move. I'm about to make you lose your mind. That one line, that anticipation, that's what makes her feel the whole experience. Now, here's where 90% of guys mess it all up. They skip the slow build and go straight for the clit. Wrong move. That's like trying to sprint before you've even warmed up. It overwhelms her nerves and actually kills the mood. Instead, earn your way there. Let her beg for it with her body. Let her hips move toward you. Let her breathing change. And when you finally do go lower, she's already halfway there. Technique number 2. Now we move into some advanced territory. The second technique is something I call the pressure wave. Most guys think it's all about speed. Go faster, go harder, make it intense, right? No. Most times it's wrong. Speed doesn't make her orgasm. Pressure does. Her most sensitive nerve endings, especially internally, respond to depth, firmness, and variation. That means the way you apply pressure matters more than how fast you move. So here's the move. Slip your fingers inside her. Not too fast, not robotic. Then curl them up slightly, like you're motioning, come here. That's the spot. Right behind the pubic bone, that's her G-spot. Now here's the key. Alternate your pressure. Light, firm, hold, release. Create a rhythm, not just with your hand, but with her breathing. Match her. When she moans or gasps, that's your cue to hold the pressure right there. Stay still. Let her body react. Let her ride the wave. This is where most guys blow it. They get excited, she moans, and then they change the rhythm. Bro, no. That's like turning off the stove before the water boils. If she starts gripping the sheets, you're doing it right. If she checks her phone, start over. You missed the wave. Take your time. Feel her body. Be present. This is not just a technique, it's an experience. One that makes her feel seen, safe, and deeply turned on. Technique number 3, the eargasm. Now let's get into something psychological. This one's underrated, but once you get it, it changes the whole game. I call it the eargasm. Yeah, it sounds funny, but let me tell you why this works. Her ears, listen closely, are 3 times more sensitive than her nipples. And most men, they completely ignore them. They're too busy trying to do acrobatics between the legs, while there's a gold mine just inches away from her brainstem. See, the ears are wired directly to the part of her brain that processes emotion and sensuality. So when you stimulate her ears, you're not just turning her on physically, you're lighting up her mind. So here's how to do it right. Don't just start slobbering on her like a dog. Start with breath. Get close. Let your lips hover just beside her ear. Then breathe in slowly and exhale warm air right into her ear canal. That alone will send a chill through her whole body. Now, trace the outer edge of her ear with your tongue. Not too wet, not too aggressive. Think feather-light, sensual, intentional. Take your time. While you're doing that, you layer in the secret weapon, your words. I'm talking about dirty talk. But here's the key. It's not about being vulgar. It's about being specific. Women fantasize about being heard, about being vocal, about being desired. So try this line. Whisper it low and slow. You sound so sexy when you moan. Don't hold it back. I love hearing how much you want this. Boom. You just gave her permission to be vocal. You just made her feel sexy for expressing herself. That's not just a turn on, it's a release. And when you combine the breath, the tongue, and the words, you create an emotional response that hits deeper than physical touch alone. That's the eargasm. And it stays in her memory long after the lights are off. Technique number 4, the clit cupping method. Alright, time to level up. This next one is what separates average lovers from elite ones. I call it the clit cupping method. Now, here's the truth most guys never learn. Most men rub the wrong spot. They go straight for the clit itself and just go to town. That's like hitting a car alarm with a hammer. It's overwhelming, unpleasant, too much, too soon. Here's what you gotta understand. When women pleasure themselves, they rarely go right on the clit. They touch above it, around it. They build pressure, gradually. So that's what you're going to do. Here's the visual. Cup your hand gently over her vulva, like you're holding something delicate. Then apply soft pressure just above the clit. That's the mound, right where the nerves collect. Now take your middle and ring fingers and start doing slow, deliberate circles around the clit, not on it, around it. Your fingers are sculpting heat, not hammering it. She'll feel the buildup in waves, not spikes. Now here's the magic rhythm. Slow circles for 30 seconds, then fast circles for 10, then slow again. That shift in tempo, that's what makes her body chase the next high. You're keeping her on edge, not letting her fall over too fast. And when you get it right, her hips start rising to meet your hand. Her thighs might tremble. She might even say your name without realizing it. This is advanced level stimulation. And it works because it mimics what her own body knows. It's familiar. It's safe. But with your confidence behind it, it becomes addictive. You're not just touching her, you're reintroducing her to pleasure in a way no one else has. And that's unforgettable. Technique number 5, the afterglow lock. Now let me drop something most men never think about. It's not about how hard you went. It's not even about how many times she came. It's what you do after. This right here is the afterglow lock. And it's the secret weapon that keeps her emotionally attached. You see, women judge sex not just by what happens during, but by how you treat her after. If you finish and immediately roll over, or worse, grab your phone, you just told her, this was just physical. But if you hold her, speak to her, connect with her emotionally in that vulnerable moment, you just told her, you're safe, you're valued, I see you. So here's the move, stay with her. Don't jump up, don't leave the bed, cuddle her for at least 5 minutes, stroke her hair, kiss her forehead, just be there. And here's the line that seals the lock. I love how your body responds to me. It's simple, but it hits deep because you're not just complimenting her, you're acknowledging the connection. She feels seen, she feels sexy, she feels like she gave herself to a man who gets it. That's what makes her crave you outside the bedroom. That's what makes her think about you in the middle of the day. Not just the sex, but the energy, the way you make her feel. That's the afterglow lock. Most men overlook it, but the ones who master it, those are the ones she never forgets. Recap: biggest mistake. Alright, let's recap what you just unlocked. We covered the 5 techniques that flip her mind and body into pure pleasure mode. 1. The slow tease. Because women don't warm up like microwaves, they're more like slow-burning candles. Build the fire right. 2. The pressure wave. Where speed fails, pressure wins. Control the rhythm, and she'll ride it all the way. 3. The eargasm. Her mind is the biggest sex organ. Stimulate her ears, and you access her deepest desires. 4. The clit cupping method. Master the spot above the clit and mimic how she touches herself. She'll melt in your hands. 5. The afterglow lock. What you do after sex matters most. Connect emotionally, and she'll crave you even more. Now here's a critical warning. The biggest mistake 90% of men make. Never ask her, did you come? You just broke the vibe. That question shifts her from feeling to thinking. And once you pull her out of her body, it's over. Instead, learn to read her. Pay attention to the signs. Her back arches, her thighs clench, her breathing turns deep and heavy. She may even go quiet. But trust me, her body's talking. If you master these cues, you don't have to ask, you know. Now I want to hear from you. Which technique are you trying first? Drop a comment below and type Snondra 3 if you're testing the eargasm tonight. Let's see which one you guys are brave enough to lead with. And if this just changed the way you think about sex, smash that subscribe button, because tomorrow I'm revealing more of things like this. You've got the tools now. Just remember, great sex isn't about being perfect. It's about being present, confident, and tuned in. See you next time, legend.